Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Ranting Shop. It's me, Melissa, and today we're gonna be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 2. And let's just get right into things. So, first off, we are looking at the beginning, and it's about Martel shooting a calendar who he said was inspired by Melody. And we learned that he has a lot of things allegedly to do, a lot of things scheduled by his manager, interviews, real estate deals, book signings, whatever. And I think it's not his book, I think it's his children's books. So shouldn't they be the ones signing and doing all that stuff? But anyways, now he rent out a baby oil. To me, that's a poor attempt at plugging Destiny's business, but they did it anyway. It just came across very fake and very unnatural and whatever. So Destiny comes in, she brings her baby oil. She talks about why she and Mel's relationship are not like it's not like it used to be. And then Martel says, if you're not one of Mel's yes men, she discards you. And that might very well be true. Because we know that Mel doesn't really keep friends. So that doesn't surprise me. Why do people act like Mel does nothing wrong? And that's something that really pisses me off. The fans of the show act as if Melody does nothing wrong. Melody does foul things all the time. But because they have a soft spot for her, she's the executive producer, she's the lead, people are more willing and wanting to discard all the negative things that she does and just act like it's everybody around her, it's not her. And that's some BS. So Mel and Stormy talk. She's telling Melody about, the ins and outs of running a business and what she should expect and everything like that. And she brought up the fact that Melody kind of was saying she didn't remember performing Felicia on anybody, and just kind of calling Melody out like, you are lying. How could you not remember that you did that on somebody? And essentially she was lying, because she said it's none of anybody's business what she does with anybody sexually. So that's that. She invited to a sleepover and explains why Tisha and Destiny aren't invited. And my thing about it is, yes, you heard Destiny and Tisha talking about you, but then you've also spoken about other people. The nature of the show is for people to talk about other people. There is rarely a time where somebody only focuses on their business. It's always to do with the hot topic. So if the hot topic is Marceau and posting the video of Maurice, all of them will be talking about it. You see, so this BS about, everybody was talking about Melody and Martel's divorce last season. So almost like, so it's time for her to talk about other people. That's a mess. That's some BS. That's not accurate. Because while she was talking about while people were talking about and discussing her divorce from Martel, and to be honest with you, that's natural, that's normal. They're all in one group, they all are part of one group. Why would it be foreign for somebody or for them to discuss what they heard about Melody and Martel? That's unrealistic. So of course they would talk about it. But Melody also spoke about people as well. She spoke about Marceau, and she spoke about what he was doing, and she planted seeds of doubt in Tisha's head. So at the end of the day, they were doing the exact same thing. So you cannot say, she can talk about y'all now because y'all were talking about her, as if it was just this one-sided thing of them discussing Melody the whole season and Melody not discussing anything to do outside of her divorce situation. That's some nonsense. But anyway, Tiffany is coming to the sleepover. Nobody seems really pleased about Tiffany's coming to the event. In fact, they don't want her to be there. We saw Kimmy's expression when Melody said Tiffany would be there. It was more so like, why? And we saw Stormy's expression like, I don't know if I really like her. She comes across like she's doing too much, like she's thirsty and all these things. I have to fill her out, whatever. And somebody said something like, You notice when it was Destiny and Tiffany, she would stick up for Tiffany against Destiny. But now that it's Stormy saying something about Tiffany, she says nothing. That just proves to me that she's simply not familiar with Stormy to the extent that she is with Destiny. That's just what it is. When familiarity comes into play, then somebody will be more comfortable showing you who they really are. So that's just a matter of time, before she really shows Stormy what she's really about and how she really moves and how she really is. But I think she'll also be more cautious with Stormy because Stormy doesn't look like somebody that plays around. And if Stormy feels like she's being messed with or treated unfairly, I'm pretty sure she'd have no issues vocalizing it. And I don't think Melody has ever really dealt with somebody so blunt and brash and just as open as Stormy is. So that might also be a bit intimidating for Melody as well. So Tisha and Marcel are living in the investment property a little bit too long. It's a small property. They have like 3 kids. It's a lot. Stuff is taking too long to happen. And she's over it. But of course Marcel will make a joke about, oh yes, I thought we wanted the family to be closer together, and yes, we are closer together, literally. Trust him to say something like that. Anyways, Miss Wanda comes in wanting Marcel's money for her loaded potato food truck business. So she's doing all that while asking him about whether he got a rental property with Martel. So of course, if we know anything about Marcel, he takes any chance he could get to bad talk Miss Wanda. So he was talking in the moment interviews, and he's like, oh, she must be a day walker. And Tisha's like, you need to watch how you speak about my mom. And Marcel starts to laugh. What that signifies to me is that, again, off camera, she's not this way. She's only this way on camera. He married her for her submissiveness, for her timidness, for her silence. He didn't marry her because she was this empowered woman. So when he sees that on screen, it's funny to him because it's like, who are you right now? Who is this person? This is not you at home on a regular basis. This is not the woman I married. Who is this? So that was probably why he laughed. And then he was kind of mad at Tisha, acts like it's not Tisha's place to make financial decisions, only his. He could go out and buy luxury cars to go camping, but she cannot decide, okay, let me help my mom. So it's this one-sided type of relationship. He treats Wanda like she's dumb as rocks. He doesn't feel the need to tell her about his secret apartment because he never said he was transparent. It wasn't like, when Tiffany and the guy, her husband, came in talking about transparency. I mean, people expected them to lead with transparency as opposed to wanting people to just be transparent. Whereas with Marceau, he wasn't that dumb to do something like that because he knows there's a lot of things that he's done that he doesn't want out in the open. So that's it. So Tisha allegedly trusts Marceau. I don't believe that for one bit. She doesn't trust her husband. She's trying to say she trusts him, so she'll eventually start believing it, but she doesn't trust him. That Jalen scene, that was so stiff and fake to me. Talking about, oh, baby girl, put on your clothes. I'm like, come on with that fake stuff. Like, was that necessary? So the Scots come in, his mom and his stepdad, and they discuss what he saw on social media about the post that Marceau made. And to me, it seems like Kimmy knows that there's a very high possibility that Maurice did cheat on her, but she doesn't want Jalen to know. It seemed like they were lying to him, and Maurice is like, oh, well, if you leave it up to the internet, they were saying how Jalen was with Destiny. But the Destiny and Jalen thing was just for laughs and giggles. And it cannot be compared to this mess of you potentially cheating on your, at the time, soon-to-be wife, Kimmy. They're completely different things, but that's what Maurice likes to do. He likes to deflect. And that's the thing I don't like that he does. Anyways, Mel's pajama party. Where are the other friends that she spoke of? Because she spoke of, oh, I'm going to invite some of my close friends. Now, I'm thinking she's going to be inviting this whole set of people that we don't know about. All she did was invite Stormy and Kiki, who is Tisha's friend. Tisha's cousin, and that's it. And Stormy, to me, seems like a fan that got a chance with the castmates. And I do agree with Stormy that it was definitely Marceau's intent to deflect. Because what we do know is that we have learned that Marceau may be unfaithful or has been unfaithful. And we've learned that Martel definitely has been unfaithful. But little has been said about Maurice. So whether it worked, because we're like, yeah, but it didn't do that. It doesn't matter if it deflected the drama from him or not. That was the intent. You know, sometimes we do things with a particular result in mind. Does that necessarily mean that we get that end result? No, but that was the intent regardless. You know, so all of them have been seen as cheaters except Maurice. So I was like, it's time to drag him to the lion's den. And that was the attempt. Whether Marceau wants to admit it or not, whether Maurice wants to keep lying and saying, oh, Marceau was just being funny. Was he? And what was the joke? What was the joke? Where? So Mel says to shine your eyes to Kimmy and is upset that Tisha says she tried to ruin her marriage. Well, you can't be upset. That's her perspective. She thinks you tried to ruin her marriage. When hell was breaking loose with Melody and Martel during that whole divorce thing, Melody came across very bitter and very annoyed. You know, and I think, yes, a lot of it was her projecting, this happened to me and it's probably happening to you too. And the way Tisha saw it was, because you were planting seeds of doubt in my marriage, you almost led me to divorce him. So in a sense, you tried to break it up. And somebody said this, Melody, instead of focusing on other people's marriages, should focus on herself. Don't give anybody advice, especially people that don't care for your advice or don't want to believe anything. Don't waste your time. Let the people see when they want to see. Don't try and plant seeds of, maybe you should ask him or maybe you should pull up on him. Don't do that. You know, some people want to live in their delusion. And people making it seem like, oh, it's only Tisha being delusional. Kimmy is too. Like I said last review, Kimmy is also, to me, Kimmy is just as delusional as Tisha is. They want to believe that their husbands are faithful. But does it mean that they are? All evidence is pointing to the answer of no. But anyways, Kimmy and Tiffany talk because at the reunion, Kimmy looked like very annoyed with the Whitlows, and she was really coming at them. She was like, you guys coming here talking about transparency when we heard that Tiffany got fired from the Chamber of Commerce. And of course, that's, to me, that was like a major, like, oh my gosh, wow. So they wanted to talk about that. But Kimmy's explanation is that everybody said they know something about you. He just happened to look at me and I said that. But Tiffany saying she wasn't fired from no Chamber of Commerce. She resigned And that's what happened. It's been 5 years. But the thing about it is, she was introduced by Melody as meeting at the Chamber of Commerce. That's how she was introduced. So everybody will think that, of course, she still works there, or if she was not working there anymore, it must have been something recent. But she mentioned it's been 5 years. And what really annoyed me is Stormy comes and sits down. Oh, what you guys talking about? It has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. And so when Tiffany got smart with you, now you want to be angry. Now you want to be annoyed. I would be okay. People like to bring what Tiffany did in the last season. They like to use it as, oh, that's what she gets for being that way in the last season. But for me, I'm not counting that. Put yourself in the scenario with Tiffany. You're talking to someone about a situation that's affected you. If you wanted everybody to be a part or privy to that conversation, you would do it in a space that was public so that they could all hear. But you did it privately. You took that person aside and you let that person know, what you did hurt me. Why did you do it? What was the intent? That was their conversation. Stormy coming in, sitting down, this has nothing to do with Stormy. Oh, what's going on? That has nothing to do with you. And so when the lady got smart with you, I feel like you deserve that, because that wasn't your business. That wasn't your business. And then Melody comes asking the same question. Oh, what y'all talking about? That's not your business. Stay out of people's business. Mind your business. Yes, it's your slumber party. Yes, it's your house. But that's not your conversation. When A and B are talking, Stormy and Melody needed to see themselves out. That's not your business. Now, the way it was, it seemed as if the producers told them to go and see what you're talking about. But to me, that wasn't necessary. That had nothing to do with neither of them. So, anyways, to me, that was the scene. That was the episode. Let me know what you guys think about this particular episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time for other reviews from the Ranting Shop. Bye bye.